I'm not a biological mother.
This is actually your biological child.
He's bringing that curse to our children.
We are creating prisons for our children because
I got Raymond from my young sister.
Hi everyone, you're watching Diverse Minds Uganda with me, Janepher Mujumbi. Today we are so blessed to visit two guests today, actually three. We are in Buloba. We went to see some special guests, and you will see one very, very important guest today with us. And we'll be talking more about him and the journey with the parents, how far they've come, and their struggles, their wins. Without keeping you for a long time, I will ask our guests to introduce themselves.
Hello viewers, my name is Sarah Namugerwa. I'm happy to be on Diverse Minds. Thank you so much, Madam Nalongo.
Very happy to be here. Our very important person, Amanya. Important person, will come afterwards. Let's move to our next guest to introduce himself.
I'm called Kenya Patrick.
Morning.
I'm grateful to be on Diverse Minds. I am Raymond's guardian.
Thanks so much. We're so grateful to be here. I hope you will accommodate us and you understand most of our viewers. This is what we deal with every day. And this is our precious Raymond. I wanted you to explain to us about Raymond, like about his condition.
Hello viewers. I'm the mother of Raymond, but not the biological mother. I got Raymond from my young sister at 3 months. She was going for work in our neighbor country, Sudan, and she gave me the baby to keep him. He was still young at 3 months. Then at 9 months, Raymond got a disease which was so hard to treat. He was in a coma for a week. He was having endless seizures day and night. When he survived that sickness, we went to many hospitals, Mengo Hospital, St. Catherine, then we referred to Mulago Hospital. There were no doctors for 3 days. We were in intensive care. The boy was dying, and I could plead with the sisters in the intensive care that please give him at least a Panadol. And they said, no, the doctor has to write first. Until I contacted a friend of mine, and she directed me to Dr. Byalugaba, and I had my baby and moved out, and we went, and the sisters were saying harsh words, but I said I have to go. So we went to Dr. Byalugaba. We didn't have the money. It was a lot of money to spend there, but at least the boy came back to life. Doctors had told me he will never see, he will never talk, he will never stand, he will never do what, but at least he can communicate. When my sister came back and found the baby that was not normal, she said she has denied giving birth to such a child, and she abandoned the baby to me, and I couldn't leave the baby to
suffer.
Yes, and the daddy had been murdered.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so Raymond has no father. So
as a mother who denied him.
So I had to take him over.
Sarah, I'm so touched, and I can't imagine if you were not there, if you also gave up on him, where he would be now. So we really thank you so much. You're the second person, not the second person. Many people are they're talking about Mulago and how difficult it was and how they ended up going to Dr. Byalugaba, and he saved their lives.
Yes, he's very experienced, and he
very
knows
kind.
what he's doing, and he loves the children, and he really puts his heart and sees that the baby gets what he is supposed to get.
We're really so blessed to have Dr. Byalugaba in this country. I hope it's okay if I say Daddy Raymond.
Yeah.
Daddy Raymond, we're so proud of you. So what was the journey? When did you join in the journey with Raymond?
Actually, just before COVID.
Oh wow.
But as she has said, Raymond was diagnosed with autism and epilepsy. His kind of autism is hyper. That's why in most cases, his concentration is very
Very low.
limited. But thank God, Dr. Byarugaba, he's one of the specialized doctors we have for children. He's a neurologist. So he actually understood Raymond's condition and prescribed good medicine. When I started interacting with Raymond, I found him to be a good boy, understanding, only that as being hyper, he would not concentrate at home.
Yes.
He would do most of the cases disappear from home to unknown destination. He would not move very far. So people in and around the village will easily identify him and bring him back.
Did you tell the people around you, the village, about his condition? Are you open about his condition? Because most parents keep it to themselves.
With Raymond, we are very open. Because another thing we have forgotten, we are pastors.
Hey, wow.
Yes.
That's very nice.
Yes.
What's the name of your church?
Mountain of Glory.
Mountain of
It is
Glory.
just outside there,
that's
temporary thing. Yeah, so we are very open. Just that it's unfortunate that most people take it in a bad way.
Yes.
Yes, they call it is demons, it's a curse. But also there are so many people who love Raymond.
Yes, and they forget that he is created in the image of God.
Yes.
He is perfect in his own way and he's different
Yes,
from
and
any
he's
other
a blessing.
individual. He
You
is.
see, because of him now you are all here.
Yes.
You know he's very loving. He goes to every home and they say, he's bringing that curse to our children.
Oh my
He's
God.
what? In fact, it is like
So painful.
yeah, so painful the way most people, the way some of us in Africa treat
we
such
treat them.
children, and it causes even the parents to abandon them.
Yes. Viewers, I think you can see why we are just getting out of our comfort zones to raise awareness for people to know that this is a condition, it's not a disease, it's not, these are not demons, it's just a condition and there's no treatment for it. But with a lot of support and love and acceptance, both in homes and in societies, there's a lot we can do to make their lives comfortable, as well as, the more you call these kids names, you make it difficult. You're already going through a lot, and someone is on top of that, making your life even more difficult.
Yeah.
So I'm just pleading with everyone, please, try to understand and try to accept our children. It takes, I think, a very strong person. Maybe, I don't know if I can attribute that, maybe you explain to us, to your faith. For you, I know Sarah is very beautiful, very attractive. But some people say, you come with a baggage. What made you say, get committed? And I remember that time when you were going through the hard time, how you were also running around. What made you take on this challenge?
I'm a social worker.
Oh, wow.
Then I have been working with government and the court for over 20 years as a probation officer. And during that time, most of my work was to do with the children. We used to have such children, handling such children. So it wasn't a surprise for me. Actually, I just accepted it with two hands.
Wow.
And I said, let me help my wife so that we raise this child. It's just something that I'm doing with passion.
Oh, wow.
I love what I'm doing. Caring for Raymond is actually not hard for us. We actually agree on what we are going to do together. At the end of the day, we accomplish our program with Raymond.
Wonderful.
So maybe I also want to say that Raymond is different from other children who are autistic because for him, much as he's hyper, he is verbal, he can be able to communicate and express his feelings. He will ask for TP.
Wow.
He can take himself to the toilet. He can, if he's hungry, he can express his feelings that I want food, I want yogurt, I want chips. So
That one
he
is a
can
plus.
put on clothes by himself.
That's fantastic.
So given some support, Raymond can actually develop into a better citizen.
He is already a better citizen, I would
Yes.
say. And also he's very social. Most autistic kids, they don't have these social skills. They don't find it easy to interact with other people, even just be around the same people. When I talk to you, when I see a person like you who's just taking on the responsibility, And I see parents who are just dumping their kids and running on saying, especially men, they start saying those things of like, this is not my child, things like that. No. If you're a parent and you are there and you denied your child, if Daddy Raymond can just take over the responsibility for the child that you didn't give birth to, I don't see why anyone would have an excuse.
Yes, but some of these parents, families who like deny responsibility of such children, some of them do it ignorantly. They think this is a wasted child. Why should I waste time on this child? Government has not put in much
effort. Yeah.
Because as a probation officer, there is a law, the Children's Act, actually states very clearly that these children who have disability, the government should come in and help. That kind of section is not implemented.
It's not implemented. It's just on the paper. Not even the section of discrimination.
Because most of these children come from families which are not actually economically empowered, and you find that they can't manage such children. It's very expensive.
It's very expensive.
Caring for these children. So
indeed.
government actually should come in and help.
Now, I just wanted to go back to you, Sarah. How did you find out? When do you know that this child has autism? This is a life. At what stage did you find out about his condition? But Nange, you forgive us because we are working with Raymond, so please be accommodative. So he's our very important person here, so we have to accommodate him and we have to work alongside him. And also it's nice for you out there to see us as parents, what we go through and what we have to deal with.
It took us long to understand because most hospitals don't mind even to know how the condition of the child is. But at around 4 years, we wanted Raymond to start school in a normal school. But then at 4 years is when he failed to be accommodated in all the nearby schools.
Wow.
You take him there, he jumps, he does every funny thing, and then the owner of the school comes and said, I want money, but with this one, I won't eat it. That's the time when we went to Mulago again, and then they told us the
bitter truth.
Yeah, it was so shocking for us to hear. But it happened. They did EEG on him and they said he has epileptic movements and our beautiful handsome Raymond, happy and good body and smiling all the time. Then we had to hear those shocking news. And then Mulago tried to treat him like for a year and then referred us to Butabika. We were just hearing that word, Butabika, it is for mad people.
So now you were saying they took you to Butabika and you never heard of Butabika. All you know about Butabika is for mad people.
About it, that like it is for mad people. They hit them with metals. The funny stories, and we felt like going to hell with our boy. So we refused it for some time.
Wow.
Until he started getting endless seizures. Until we had no option
than to go to
Butabika. So we went, very sad. But we thank God that at least they managed to get him some medicine, which stopped him from having those seizures. Though he remained hyper and non-controllable.
That hyper, it takes a long time. It may not go away, but you may learn to work with it.
But Butabika managed to get him. At least when he's on medication, he doesn't have the seizures. Unless when he misses, because the medicine there in Butabika, the brands are, I don't know, but they don't work on him. Some people say government buys cheap medicine. So we have to buy from the pharmacy, the brand which works on him. So sometimes when we fail to get the money, then he can get the seizure. But when he's taking it, he could not have those violent seizures.
No wonder people just think those are demons. That's epilepsy, and most people confuse it with the kids being possessed. So Sarah is talking about us, and I mean, like, she's using the plural. Were you there at that time of the diagnosis, or you hadn't come into the picture?
I hadn't come in the picture.
So that time you were moving with who? Who are you going with?
Yes, that time my mother, Raymond's grandmother.
So
I think maybe we'll show him some few minutes.
Yeah.
she's a big hand in Raymond's life.
Oh, bless
and
her.
she helped me a lot when my sister denied the child.
Oh,
My mother said,
you're too strong.
yes,
So,
that we will not deny our Raymond.
amen.
And my mother all over the village is known as Jajamon.
Amen.
Yes, because she has been there for Raymond, though now she's weak. She has diabetes and high blood pressure has weakened her. But she stood there with me. We could go to those hospitals, Mulago, and other hospitals, and my other young sister also. She also stood with me. And I thank God that when God was giving me a husband, He gave me a husband who understands. Really, some girls, even my sister, because of denying Raymond, she thought that maybe when I get a man to marry me, he won't.
They would, yeah.
Yes.
If people are running away when they fathered the child, then how about?
Yes, when a man knows that you gave birth to such a child, he
They will
doesn't
want to
marry
run.
you.
Yeah,
it
they
is
don't.
common here. So, but my husband, when he understood about Raymond, he just got him, and Raymond was calling him daddy, daddy, and my husband was not ashamed. Even on the village, people could say, hey, you are the father of this boy.
And he
he
owns
was
it.
moving with him comfortably. So my husband came in the picture, and I got
Supported you.
the support which I needed most.
Daddy Raymond, we would really, really commend you. We are so proud of you, and you know that having the supporting family, it changes everything. You know, there's a lot you go through, but to have someone come in who has no blood connection with this child, but treats them like their own, I'm sure there's a lot. You know, maybe I should ask you, like, I should first ask Sarah, what changes did you see? How did life change for you and Raymond after Daddy Raymond came in the picture?
Life changed so much because the first thing, moving Raymond to hospital is very, very challenging. You need the private transport. But my husband managed to bring private transport. Though it is not so, but at least he could drive us to hospital. And Raymond could, you know, he likes cars. So when you tell him we are going in the car, he enjoys going to hospital. He sits in the car, and then that Raymond drives us. We reach the hospital, you know, like Butabika, you have to go at 6 a.m. to get the number. But the doctors come at 10 because earlier days we could hire.
And also safety.
Yes.
For him to go safely.
Yeah. Hiring vehicles to take him was so expensive. And then Raymond, some people, because they beat him many times, but because now he got a father figure in his life, he has protection. At least they know that is Daddy Raymond. Don't beat him. He has a dad. He has someone who is
look up to.
Yes.
Also as well. Protection.
And my husband also is very helpful. You know, Raymond is strong and is heavy.
Yes.
So my husband is there. Even when he gets a seizure, sometimes they call us when he escapes and gets a seizure in the road. And then people fear to help him. They think it is demons. They will enter him. But when someone phones me, your boy is here, he's having an attack. Some demons are hitting him here. My husband runs very fast, even takes a motorcycle and runs, and then he can carry him and help him sit together on a motorcycle and bring him back.
That's wonderful. On that note, I want to ask you, Daddy Raymond, what would you say to a father they are denying their child because they have this diagnosis?
This is actually your biological child, much as he has a disability. One of the ways that you can help him out recover easily is showing him love. Love. You love this child more than you love these other normal children. So this is a child who actually needs you more than any other child. You support him where possible, much as he has a disability. But this is a child who actually is in a picture of of our God. He's a human being.
I like that.
So there's no need to abandon this child. There's no need to think that maybe he's a demon. You love him. You play your role as a father.
Yes.
This child actually will one day be somebody.
Yes, they all have potential.
They have potential. Actually, somebody told us that Moni, it is my wife who told me when he was still struggling. They told her that this boy will be a professor.
Amen.
So you never know.
Yeah, it's possible.
The child you think he is autistic, he has a disability, will one day become a professor, will one day become a doctor. He can be a driver. We have our friend who has an autistic child. This boy is now training to be a what? A trainee driver.
Wow.
So don't neglect your child. Don't.
Focus on their potential and, expose them to different things, support them, love them, nurture them. I wanted to come back to you, Sarah. Like, what are some of the challenges right from when you adopted Raymond up to now?
Thank you very much. In fact, the challenges are too many. We had never heard even about that thing.
Wow.
We pray that our government can come out and create awareness, even in hospitals, everywhere. Let us know that there is such a challenge, but we can take it on. When we started at least to try to understand, there is little support. There is
financially and physically as well.
Financially, there is no support at all. Government doesn't know that even we exist. And when we were in COVID, I heard our president was saying that there are few emergency things to handle, emergency patients. He said pregnant women, those who are bitten by snakes. So I said, so the government has no plan for us.
Nothing.
Yes, so you have to work to get the child this medication. You have to be his full-time carer, 24 hours, day and night. Yet you have to work. You are like a machine. You don't understand yourself. And even sometimes you feel you are mentally not okay.
Yes.
You are saying, how am I handling this? I have to work. Then I have to look after the boy. When just a few minutes you are not attending, he escapes.
He's running away.
And then another challenge is the neighbors, the people. They can traumatize you.
Yeah, ignorance and stigma.
Yes, stigma is too much because our government is not creating awareness. People are not aware that such a thing is okay. You can stay with such a boy. They think you are handling what? It is like you are handling a curse. And then another challenge is the environment where we are staying.
They are raising the child.
It is so noisy for him, and the place is open. We are trying to fence behind, but we are not yet done at the backyard, so that he can have a place where he feels that he's not confined
in one place.
Yes. So now the only place we have to do is to confine him somewhere, and I think you shall see later. When we tried to confine him here in the sitting room, he broke the window, the glasses, and the door. So now we tried another bedroom. He broke those also. And not only that, because when he's inside here, it is not a self-contained place where you have bathrooms and what. So you have to put a bucket. So as you go to prepare food, he does his work in the bucket. He throws it all over.
That's very common.
Then you come and say, oh my God.
That's very common with autistic
collapsing
kids.
now. The whole place is dirty. You have to clean it. And as you are cleaning, he escapes.
You can't deal with it.
And every time your heart is on tension, where is that? Oh, he has escaped. And it is really hard. Every motorcycle rider, you have to make friendship, telling him, once you find my boy out there, you bring him. Sometimes he can disappear at night, and then he goes to other faraway places where he's not known. Then you have to spend days and nights of hopelessness, not knowing where he is. It was 4 days when we didn't know where he had gone.
I want us to go through that journey later on in a bit, but I wanted to tell, I just wanted, if you're a government official, someone influential, you're out there. I just, right now I'm just feeling I'm struggling to contain the pain I'm feeling, because every human being counts. You said you have to lock him somewhere.
Yes.
Every child needs to go and play. That's how they learn. How does it feel for you to be containing your boy? Like it's like a prison.
It is so painful. And in fact, when you are taking him to the room where he knows that you are going to confine
He doesn't
him,
like it.
he even shivers. He feels
that's the
so
anxiety.
hurt. Yes.
And the anxiety creates more problems. Maybe it increases his epilepsy. It regresses him in his like the behavior. That's like a prisoner. We are creating prisons for our children because we have nowhere to take them.
Yes.
I wanted to supplement on the challenges. One of the greatest challenge with him is treatment.
Yes.
Raymond's treatment, as we talk now, is very expensive. As my wife said, we used to take him for clinic every month at Butabika. But the kind of treatment that we get from Butabika was really not adequate and was not working on him actually. Because my wife has several groups, several friends, several colleagues, so she would inquire, advise that no, you try this brand. And those brands we have been using, you have to buy them from the pharmacy. Very expensive. After him escaping and being found at Kameng, we realized that now we need to change. Even from the clinic kind of pharmacy medicine we have been buying. Let us take him back to Dr. Biarugaba, the neurologist who is specialized in children. He has perfect medicine, I would say.
Yeah, that works perfect for him.
Very expensive.
Like how much?
Very,
In
very
case someone is watching there and can be supportive.
Very expensive.
Consultation alone?
Consultation is 150. EEG, it was 170. He prescribed 3 medicine. Each dose is around 170.
And a dose takes how long?
Actually,
2 months.
2 months.
2 months.
Yes.
There are 3 types.
There are 3 types. 2 months.
So each 170.
Each dose.
Another one is 198. Then another one is 170. Another one is 180.
So that's like 600 per month almost.
Yes, so it's very expensive, but we believe that medicine will work on it.
Let's go for a short commercial break. When we come back, we shall continue talking about the difficulties the parents have been experiencing. Thanks so much for watching, and continue to subscribe and follow us on all our social media handles. This is very exciting and I can't wait to come back and continue with the story.